Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. It's that time of the year for municipalities to unveil their budgets for the next 12 months. The announcement in Swift Current was made at Tuesday's council meeting. Starting in 2017, a new tax levy will come into play. This time, focusing on Swift Current's new long-term care facility. Spring is here, and as local residents prepare for the routine of their annual yard cleanup, the city of Swift Current is once again offering its yard waste collection bins at 5 locations around the community.
Thanks for joining us here today. Swift Current residents will be digging deeper into their pocketbooks following the announcement of another tax increase.
It's that time of the year for municipalities to unveil their budgets for the next 12 months. The announcement in Swift Current was made at Tuesday's council meeting, as mayor and council were in attendance for the annual budget presentation. The 2016 city budget includes a capital budget increase of 2.37% and a $119 adjustment to the residential base tax. And when these two taxes are combined, local residents will see the following total increase over the next year.
Because of the way the tax is implemented based on $119 per home, it's because everybody has a different assessment and pays different taxes, the increase will be different for all the homes. So if I added it up over the whole city, if that's what you're looking for, it would be 6%.
Expenses in the 2016 budget include $54.7 million for operating and utilities, $24.4 million for capital expenses, totaling $79.1 million. That's slightly under the 2015 total expenditures of $80.2 million. In addition, local residents will see a 6% increase in the area of water and wastewater rates to cover the costs of operational and capital requirements. An overall budget, which the mayor says he stands by after council has listened to concerns of residents over the past number of years.
The municipal budgets are actually pretty straightforward. There's many other communities in Saskatchewan that may have less debt than the city of Swift Current, or comparatively less debt than our community. And the reason for that is with higher tax revenue, they've been able to fund a lot of the items just simply out of cash flow on an annual basis. And from our perspective, in order to keep taxes low for a long period of time, when we started to invest significantly in infrastructure, debt was the only tool that we had. So we changed our financial strategy, shifting light and power revenue to be funding entirely towards capital purchases, which is obviously meaning our residents are going to be paying more in taxes, but the end result is over time less debt. And as I said, the impact's pretty clear on what it would have been had we started this 10 years ago. The only debt that we would have would be for things like water and wastewater and property development, which are all things funded not by property taxes.
Schaefer further adds that the city of Swift Current has continually moved forward in the past 12 years through strong construction numbers, a number of new facilities such as the new hospital and schools in the northeast corner, and scheduled bus service, while maintaining an affordable community for current and new residents.
So asking our community to invest a little bit more to continue to move forward hasn't deterred that from happening. In fact, it's accelerated it from where it had been in the past. And the good news at the end of the day is we're still the most affordable city in the province. And I know when I talk to mayors of even smaller communities or residents of smaller communities, the taxes that you pay on your house in Swift Current are certainly less for significantly more services than you do in smaller communities and towns and villages throughout the province.
The coming year will see the city continuing its investments in a number of capital projects, including upgrades to the 2nd Avenue overpass, increasing the water distribution and drainage along Robert Street, and improvements to the Memorial Drive South Connector. Copies of the 2016 City of Swift Current municipal budget are available to the general public from City Hall and on the city's website.
A new tax levy targeting long-term care is on the horizon for Swift Current residents. We have more in this report.
The City of Swift Current's commitment to the Cypress Regional Hospital will be completed this year to the total of $8.35 million. And the $100 per household tax levy for local residents will no longer be in effect. However, starting in 2017, a new tax levy will come into play, this time focusing on Swift Current's new long-term care facility.
The long-term care commitment is spread over 30 years, interest-free, and the difference between the two, because of the difference in the timing as to how long we had to pay it back, would result in basically, instead of $100, you'll pay $40.
The new tax levy will cover the city's investment of $9.8 million to the long-term care facility set to open this summer, while the total investment by the community is 20%, or $15.7 million, with the balance raised through other sources, such as private donors. Swift Current's new 225-bed long-term care facility will be officially handed over to the Cypress South region as of May the 1st, with residents moving into their new home over the summer months.
Well, as you get ready to clean up your yard this spring, the City of Swift Current is once again offering its yard waste collection bins.
Spring is here, and as local residents prepare for the routine of their annual yard cleanup, the City of Swift Current is once again offering its yard waste collection bins at 5 locations around the community. The bins will be available 7 days a week, with residents able to drop off a variety of yard waste.
Takes the pressure off of our solid waste collection system and the bin and the cart system. So it's a good, efficient way to collect that stuff. We're now also in this year's program, we're looking at the implementation of a possible composting program. So we're looking at taking the leaves and twigs and branches and the like and seeing if we can turn those into compost soil for use by our residents.
And you're reminded to follow the rules of the yard waste collection bins by taking your recycling directly to the recycling depot on the corner of 11th and Railway, and all garbage materials to the landfill.
Absolutely. If we're going to make our composting program happen and be efficient, we need to keep that stuff clean, that debris clean. So we'll be looking, any time that it gets mixed with garbage, it becomes difficult. It's contaminated, and we have to strip it out of there. And then that really will affect the cost effectiveness of that program.
The yard waste collection bins in Swift Current will be available to local residents from April the 4th through early November.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.